Well, hello there and welcome to another edition of Campr, a very special episode today as we start the ARB Moreton Island Fishing Classic. It'll be a fantastic 4 days over at Moreton. Time to get on board the MiCat. Hello, how you going?
Dean?
Yeah, Dean, you got it.
You're going across to the comp?
Yeah, could you tell from the car? On any occasion, driving onto the Moreton Island Adventures MiCat delivers a feeling of excitement and good times ahead. Hey mate.
How we doing?
How you going?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. But none more so than on today's journey. On this crossing, I'm joined by some of the most hardcore Tailor and Mulloway fishermen ever to cast from a beach as we make our way to Bulwer for the midnight start of the annual ARB Moreton Island Fishing Classic. The 90-minute crossing to Moreton is a great opportunity to reacquaint with old mates, tell the odd tall fishing tale and grab a famous MiCat smiley face pie or a coffee. It really is a comfortable way to travel to Moreton, and on a stunning day like this, spirits are high as we make our way across the bay. While other forms of fishing and other sports embrace technology, it's interesting to think about the process of fishing from the beach using a 12-foot surf rod and an old cherrywood alvey reel. Not a lot has changed when it comes to beach fishing. And in fact, there are a few fellas around these days who, just like tinkering with old cars, have developed an affection for old rods and reels and are turning them into collector's items, like my old mate Ian. That is the most amazing collection of old rods I've ever seen. Tell me a bit about them.
I just look on the websites,
Yeah,
find the old ones
yeah,
that look like garbage,
yeah.
buy them for $30 or $40, strip them down, rebuild them.
Is it just the rods that you work with, or do you work with old alvey reels and stuff like that as well?
I have a collection of old alveys as well.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How many?
Oh, only about 40 or 50.
Well, your wife must love you.
It's just something I do. It's history.
Yeah.
It's South Queensland history.
Yeah, you're right. Do you sell them? Like, are they collector's items? Are they worth money now?
Some are collector's items. I've got Snyder glass, mag surf at home that's numbered.
Wow. Is it just you, or is there a number of blokes doing this?
Just me in my house.
Yeah. Like, how many hours work have you put into the Moreton Island Fishing Classic this year?
Hours. It'd be just weeks on and off.
Yeah,
I
right.
started getting ready months ago.
And this is the great thing about, people who restore stuff rather than just sort of, chuck it out and buy new gear. Beautiful old stuff that Ian's done a lot of work on and put a lot of love into. Once we arrive at the Tangarex, it's time to offload a very full car deck and lose our watches, as we're now officially on Moreton Island time. A measurement of time dominated by the tide and not much of anything else. Well, quite a few of the punters that were on the barge with us will take the middle road track over to the eastern beach. We're going to continue north on the western side of the island to Bulwer, which will be home for the next 5 days. Can't wait. As we head north to the fishing town of Bulwer, on the most beautiful of days, I still find it hard to believe that this treasure remains virtually untouched, the way that Mother Nature had planned. At Bulwer, we head to the aptly named Castaways, with its tropical beachcomber vibe, the scene for tonight's opening party for this year's Moreton Island Fishing Classic, or what I like to call First Night Fever. Well, we've just gone 4 o'clock, registration underway. Some of the best in the business going to be here as far as beach angling goes. Martin Cowling, who did very well here at the ARB Classic last year, has returned along with a whole bunch of blokes from his fishing club. But they've come from miles, they're lining up, they're ready to go. It seems that it's been such a well-run and fun event for the past 5 years that many people have returned to try and share in the more than $60,000 in prize money. What would your top 3 tips be for beach fishing this weekend? In the tournament, you're going to try and win a prize. What would you be doing?
If you want to win something, you've got to target one species.
Right.
Okay. You have a look tomorrow, I reckon there's probably 2 or 3 fellas. My son's one of them. He'll target bream all weekend.
Right, well, that's your first tip, so target one species.
Target one species.
What would your second tip be? For an absolute novice.
Don't get much sleep.
Right, so you're at fish at night?
Yeah, you got to work out when you are going to sleep because you're not going to get much, 2 or 3 hours. I got my wife with me who's going to annoy me because she tells me I've got to have a sleep. You know, I just
So is that's tide based or is it moon based or?
Yeah, depending on what you're chasing. Yes, having the right bait. That's probably your next tip.
Yep.
You know. You got to have the right bait. You can't come over here with squid and a bit of prawns or whatever it is, and there, you know.
You're just telling me you got to have the right bait. You won't tell me what the right bait is.
No. Look, hey, these blokes here, they
fresh worm, pippy.
Yeah, well, I don't use pippies that much, but no. I mean worms, yes. Yabbies in the daytime for dart. At night time you got to have cribbies, you know, beach worms, you know, or beach worms. You know, you can have the beach worms
and
or cribbies.
Some pillies if you're going after the tail. So, mate, in 5 minutes I feel like I've learned more about beach fishing than I've done in the last 10 years. So it's a good tournament.
It is a good tournament.
Everyone gets together.
Everyone gets together. They do have a lot of fun. And look at it, I've lost my wife already, so you can't have more better than that.
ARB have been involved in the event for a number of years as the naming rights sponsor, and that brings State Manager Roger Vickery to the event again this year. As you can see, my good mate Roger's prepared and ready for action, mate.
We're all sorted.
A thermos, a couple of mid-strength beers.
Yeah, and the boat shoes.
And the boat shoes.
We're in business.
Let's rock and roll. So, as the party gathers momentum into the evening and the serious head to their favourite gutter, ready to stake their claim for a midnight cast, it's time to say farewell until next show, when we'll take a look around beautiful Moreton and hopefully catch a fish or two. Moreton Island Adventures can hook you up with accommodation, meals and transfers if you need, and ARB, the naming rights sponsor for the event, covers off on most things for you and your Forby to get you there. The ARB Moreton Island Fishing Classic is on again at the end of August. You can look online for all the details. OK, Camperholics, here comes another opportunity to win big. We've teamed up with Ariat Australia to give away this Ariat prize pack valued at $450. Ariat was founded on technology and innovation with the goal of making the highest quality footwear and apparel for the world's top equestrian athletes. The boots, bags and cap will have you styling and prove to one and all that this is not your first rodeo. Follow the link to enter the competition. To increase the number of entries, just follow the prompts. The more entries you have, the more chance of winning, and you've got to be in it to win it. Register now and good luck.